everyone, and welcome back. Today I will be finally making my very first recipe out of my Taste of Home breads book that I bought at Barnes & Noble back before Christmas for $10. So I've decided to go with the monkey bread recipe. So for that, we're going to need 1 package of Cook and Serve butterscotch pudding mix. Now, I've looked at 4 different stores now, and I still cannot find the butterscotch one. So yesterday I picked up a French vanilla one. Unfortunately, I bought instant. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to give it a try. Then we need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So I use my cane sugar from Trader Joe's. I have that all in a bowl here. And we're going to need 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, which I have, and a 1/2 cup of chopped nuts of some kind. You can also put raisins in this too. So I have raisins, and then on the bottom I have a little bit of chopped up pistachios that I put in there. Of course, our pudding mix, and then I have a 1/2 cup of melted butter on the stove. I use the vegan plant-based Country Crock butter, so that's all ready to go. So what we're going to do is, and most importantly, we need 3 tubes of 10 ounces each of refrigerated biscuits. I ended up going with Trader Joe's biscuits, and they come in, I think, 16-ounce containers. Yes, Trader Joe's sells them in 16-ounce containers, so I bought 2 of those. So I will be about 2 ounces over for the biscuits, but I think it should be fine. Okay, so I have my sugar in here. Now what it says to do is grease up a 10-inch bun or fluted pan. So I have that all ready to go, my cooking spray. Now we're going to put the pudding mix, the sugar, the cinnamon, and the nuts, and of course the raisins, all in a bowl here. I don't know, maybe I should have used a deeper bowl, I'm not sure, but put all that together, and we're going to mix that up good. Well, maybe I'll mix that up first. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have put it in a little bit deeper bowl. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to mix this up pretty good before I go and put the nuts and raisins in here. Okay, we'll dump these in. I have a recipe. I used to make this that was kind of similar to this one, and it was using crescent rolls. Okay, so they're all mixed up, and now we're ready for the butter. Okay, so it's all mixed up. Now what we have to do is we have to cut up the biscuits into quarter-sized pieces and get those ready to dip in the butter. Meanwhile, I'm just going to leave the butter on the stove. It's in a saucepan. It's all warm, but I don't want to take it off the stove, and then it'll start to cool down again, and it won't be easy to, here we go, to roll in the sugar and raisin mixture. Never tried the Trader Joe's biscuits before, I don't believe. Or did I? Oh, maybe I did in the chicken biscuit. I'm not sure. Yeah. Get those cut up. Okay, cut those in quarters. Okay, so all of the biscuits are cut up. Now I just need to put some melted butter in this bowl, shallow bowl, and get that ready. Okay, there's 1/2 cup. Okay, so we'll do your biscuits, dip them in the butter, coat it good with the sugar, raisin, and nut mixture, and then we'll put it in our pan over here. Okay. So it says to put several pieces in at a time in the butter mixture, because that's why I use a shallow bowl. Goes over. Goes in there to coat. Oh, it smells really, really good. And then it says just to arrange them in your pan. Oops. Okay, so they're all ready to go in the oven. I did notice that because I used 32 ounces of the biscuits and not 30, at the end I did kind of start to run out of the sugar mixture a little bit. It was a little tight, but I managed to get the rest of them coated, and then I went and I just threw the extra nuts and raisins that were coated in the mixture on top. And it actually looks pretty good. So now we're going to put them in the preheated oven, and it looks like we're going to bake them for, let's see, what does it say? 350, 30 to 35 minutes. I will definitely check these in about 25 to 30 because things usually do cook kind of quickly down here. It's been 35 minutes. At 30 minutes, I actually shut off the oven and just left it hang out in there for another 5 with the oven off, just to make sure that it's all done. I tested it, and it's all set. I'm going to put it over here and let it cool off, and then we'll flip it out onto a cooling rack and see how it turns out. So while I'm waiting for this to cool, I just wanted to read some of the directions that were here. It says use a spoon to dip the biscuit pieces into the butter. I didn't. I used my fingers. You don't need to soak them. A quick dip will do. Well, some of them I did kind of soak a little bit, but it was okay. I still had plenty of butter. I mean, it actually worked out perfectly. I actually had just a tiny bit of butter left in the bowl. Place the wet biscuit pieces in the dry mix and toss to coat. Working with 4 or 5 pieces at a time gives you room to toss and allow the pieces to get coated evenly. I started out doing that, and then I got a little bit anxious, I guess, and just wanted to get done faster, so I started throwing more in. It still worked, and again, I had just enough sugar mix to put on there. As you place the pieces in the pan, they don't have to be neatly layered. Try to fill gaps in as you go, then dip, coat, and arrange another batch of biscuit pieces. And I did. I've made monkey bread before, so I did kind of arrange them in there. They look kind of sporadic. So step 4, letting the baked bread cool for 5 to 10 minutes before inverting lets it release from the pan so it won't tear. Yeah, I'm definitely going to wait 5 to 10 minutes for that to cool, and then we'll flip it over and see how it looks. I was wondering too if I could have gone and used brown sugar instead of just regular cane sugar in there. It might have turned out a little bit darker looking, but I thought because I already was using the variation with the pudding mix, I didn't want to add too many variations. So I just used the cane sugar and followed the direction that it said. So next time, I can experiment more and try brown sugar. I always love brown sugar and everything. So, all right, meet you back here in 5 to 10 minutes for the cake to come out of the pan. So it's been 10 minutes or a little bit more, so I'm going to go and flip this over onto a plate. Well, should I put it onto a plate or should I put it on? Yeah, I'm going to put it onto a plate. Cooling rack, I think it'd make a mess. Yep, some of it did stick in there. So it did all come out, but I guess just next time maybe I just spray the bottom part and the sides really, really heavily rather than just regular. Okay, so all in all, I really enjoyed this recipe. It turned out delicious. I didn't have the butterscotch cook and serve pudding, so I had to use the instant French vanilla. I wasn't sure how that would be, but it still turned out good. Very good flavor. I think if I would have gone and put brown sugar in instead of the cane sugar, we think it might have been a little bit too sweet since the pudding mix is pretty sweet. So I might play around next time though and try the brown sugar in it and see how it turns out. But it was great. Like I say, I put raisins in, put pistachios in, you know, throw in whatever you like to throw in with yours. Half a cup of it is all you need. And yeah, I'm excited to try this new book now with more recipes. I mean, this is my first one out of the book and I thought it was great. So I'll be trying lots more. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again for joining me and I'll see you soon.